Here for round 2 at 0-1. Winning that dice roll. Mountain, not good. If was forest, we keep. This hand, not good. 2 Ishkanaz, no delirium, unlikely to get delirium. Have to traverse for a land probably, but I think this 6 with a scry is better than a 5. So Blue Gearhulk, obviously shipping that. Not traversing on turn 1 because I don't know if I want a forest or another island. I draw Scatter, so it's like, alright, island it is. And I hold open Scatter here just for something like Tower or Saheeli. I felt like I could just attune this turn. They probably won't counter it, and then I would be able to hold open Scatter still. And my opponent just has a bunch of ETB tap lands, so I'll match them. No big deal. And I could just jam 3-5 here, but I don't think there's any rush. I could potentially get comboed on 6. And now my plan is to try and set up Marvel with Scatter. So they have Gearhulk. I'm not sure if I want to counter this or not. I don't have enough energy to actually harness it. If I grapple into like an Aether Hub, maybe I just like let it resolve. So I'll grapple first, get some information, see what's up. Do pick up the hub, and I'm just going to counter it anyway. Because it seems easier than actually trying to harness this, but it's also kind of awkward because I really wanted that counterspell to help force through my Marvel. So yeah, I think this is like a close situation. They're just playing more lands. So we hub it up. We have Delirium, so we can actually just jam Spider now. I think that's fine. Also defensible would be end of turn Gearhulk, untap, play Marvel. Maybe the Gearhulk gets countered. I was thinking that maybe this thing eats a Wrath. Like they tap out or tap low for Wrath, and then maybe I could sneak through Marvel, but they play a Gearhulk, keep it on D. If we had 8 mana, I would happily just play both Marvels. Like play the first one into a counterspell and then resolve the second one, hopefully. But since we're on 7, I can just afford to keep Gearhulk open. I think I'm winning like this race, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. So we get back Grapple. Grapple can get another Gearhulk, so that's pretty sweet. We just get Rogue Refiner to up our energy and play alongside this Marvel. So Attune is definitely nice. I was thinking I should get a Mountain there, so that's good. Then we play Rogue Refiner, and now it's a question of whether or not we actually keep open Harness Lightning or just play Marvel. If Marvel doesn't get countered, then it's like kind of okay because we have 5 ways left in our deck to stop the combo. 6, I guess, with Gearhulk. So yeah, I start jamming here. And then with Marvel in play, I think it's easy to just attack with everything and get the extra energy and get the points through. So Rogue Refiner gets shocked, whatever. I have a million energy now. Marvel's going to be no big deal. They immediately start tapping mana, and I'm like, oh crap, am I dead? But no, just 2 creature lands, and it's like, okay. So we Marvel, get a Rogue Refiner over, kind of some nothing. Like a Grapple and Glimmer. Block the Fumarole, end up trading, get another energy, back up to 6. And then taking them to Pound Town. And it's this point I realize my opponent's played 2 Gearhulks and a Shock and like 10 land. You know? Not really doing a whole lot. So play out Spider. So then we have a bunch of blockers, Marvel activation, Harness Lightning, backup Marvel potentially, Hub also. So this is good for 3 energy. Harness Lightning is good for the other 3. If he Wraths, like we also are +8 or whatever. So overall, pretty easy game, and I beat them with like not only a pretty bad hand, but with cards that I would not expect to actually be good in this matchup. Granted, my opponent's draw was horrendous. Horrendous. It was not good. So they're on the play. I brought in kind of the usual stuff. Like, From playing against these blue-white decks, it's pretty common for them to have Spell Queller, so I kind of want to keep in Harness Lightning, but I think I just boarded all of them out because until you show it to me, I'm probably not going to respect it all that much. So probably just brought in like the 3 counter spells. I don't know for sure if my opponent is combo or not, so I'm not sure if I brought in Tower either. But this hand is basically 4 Land Servant, 2 Glimmers, which is just exactly what you want against the control deck. We even draw our second natural blue source, but... Oh yeah, I guess I could have looked at my deck and how I sideboarded. Oh, we'll do that with the next Attune. We'll pause for a little bit. Me not getting a Mountain should be kind of telling here, where clearly I don't have any red cards left in my deck. So we're just going to pass and Glimmer. Again, this is one of those spots where I want to play my bigger card first. I definitely could have just attacked for 2 and played Refiner. But I think setting up Glimmer, getting the velocity is a little bit more important. So Marvel Negate. Yep, those are fine keeps. Now we'll play Refiner. No, I went too fast. Tilt. Tilt, tilt, tilt. I went too fast past both. So yeah, play Refiner, play Attune, crack Wilds. Now my mana's all set up. My opponent only has 3 mana. I accelerated a little bit with the Servant. So now we can jam. Jam, jam, jam. Oh, Spell Queller. Okay. That's cool because I can't negate it and I can't scatter it. So, not great. Not a great place for me to be. I thought I was in a pretty good spot there, you know. Very easily could have just like passed it and played Gearhulk, right? But I was like, no, I have Marvel plus negate backup. So, definitely something to pay attention to is, you know, just the possibility of them having Spell Queller. No harm, no foul, right? We have a follow-up Servant of the Conduit. That's gonna do a whole lot. I wonder if my opponent knows that his Spell Queller is just indestructible because I haven't fetched red. I mean, I had Servant, but obviously you can't really rely on Servant living, so... It is interesting that he has Spell Queller, which I do think is good against my deck, but if he wanted Fumigate for Ishkana, he clearly could not have both those in his deck at the same time. So opponent goes for Glimmer. I just jam Gearhulk because I'm like, there's no way he has Fumigate. Even if he does Fumigate, I get back my Marvel. And if I hit something like a Dispel here, I might cast it. And I swear, I guess I can check the log, right? Yeah, bottom, just drew the same 2. Always makes me question things, you know? Yeah, I guess I just negate there, and that's probably fine. Really don't want them, you know, sculpting the perfect hand. Dispel is a very nice draw. So now we can Glimmer main. If I find a Marvel or something, I can play that with Dispel backup. Can't Spell Queller me. Now we get 2 attackers. Kind of surprised I played the Hub there instead of the Canal. Maybe it was just like, oh, if I have to cast Scatter and Dispel, then I don't want to lose an energy, so... I'm not losing a lot by not playing this. I don't need the blue or red mana. It's also possible that maybe I want to Scatter Grapple, I guess. So, let the cat in. Saheeli, that has to get stopped, though. So, again, grapple and response, get some more information. In this scenario, it's kind of useless because I have to cast the Scatter, you know? It doesn't really change anything. And my opponent's just like, I've had enough. I'm off it. You countered all my spells. To be fair, they countered one of mine. So, fair is fair.